Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I apologize for not making a video last week. Things have been hectic here with just a lot of stuff going on, and I've been keeping up with training with Captain, but it's just been kind of busy, so unfortunately I wasn't able to make a video. I apologize, but I'm making it up by making a video this week. If you guys did see my post on my Facebook and my Instagram, I am now officially taking clients that are, let's say, outside of the main area. So I'm now officially doing virtual calls. They basically will be hour sessions. I'm charging $35 and just basic advice, maybe on puppies or behavioral things, just different management ideas, things that, let's say, people need help with. They can call me on a Zoom call and I'd be accepting Venmo or Cash App. If you have any other questions about that, feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram about those questions. So today's video, we're going back to training, to the training series with Captain. We did Enrichment series, which is the first new series. If you did not check out that video, please go check it out. It's a great new series where I'm talking about why enrichment is so rewarding, but also very important for your dog in their lives. No matter the age, whether he is now 9 months or all the way up to a few years or older. It doesn't matter how old or young, enrichment is very important. But today we are working on the word stay, or the teaching stay. Stay can be very useful, especially if you want your dog to stay in said place. And you can do it whether it's outside, inside, anything like that. If you need them to stay in one spot for certain situations, or in an outdoor situation where there's a dog nearby, need to pick up something, things like that. It's just very important cue for them to know. So Captain is relatively good with the stay. There are three, we call them like the 3 Ds of stay. The first one is duration, so the amount of time you could do it, so counting to 1 or 2 and then giving a treat. Then you go into distance, so how many steps back you take, and then go back and reward, which we'll go over. And the third one, which is probably one of the most challenging ones, is distraction. So using some certain sounds or something very engaging that they're gonna be like, oh, take their eyes off and maybe try to go for that instead. These are like really the main 3 Ds, as we call them in first aid. So when you're starting out, any of these training things, as I'm reminding everyone, please do it in the house first. It makes it very easy for your dog to learn with 0 distractions. And then you build it up to maybe an outdoor backyard where it's fenced in, not so many distractions, minimal distractions. Then you go to the real world, maybe on a road somewhere where there's a lot of distractions, to get that full enhanced test of, you're building up. It's always building in ways of steps. So we're in the house, we're gonna be working on stay. So the way the stay works is what I recommend. When you're starting this out, I use like a big palm facing out and saying stay. So Captain, so I'm gonna lure him in. Sit. So I'm going to say stay, and then count 1, 2. Yes. Anytime they just don't move, you want to make it quick too. So when you're doing duration first, which is what we're going through right now, you may want to start with like 2 seconds, because sometimes the attention span of the dog at first is going to be quick. So the quicker you are with it, the more you're going to be able to capture that quicker and understand that they need to stay, and then eventually you can build up that duration to a longer and longer time. So I can do about 10 seconds with him. So I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. So I'm going to count to 10 seconds. So I'm going to say stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. And see, he didn't move. I gave him the appraisal word, yes, the marker word, and then he stayed. And then I reward him for that. So that's how you build up the duration. That's the first D. The second one is distance. So when you're doing the distance part of the stay, I recommend you do maybe half a step when you're starting out with a dog that doesn't understand the cue, or if they do understand it pretty well, you can maybe try a step. With him, I can do a few steps, but I'll give you an example. So stay. Yes. And then he didn't move, so I'm going to praise him for that. So that's how you work on that. Eventually, you can go up to this where you do a few steps back and then go back to them. So Captain, stay. So I did about a couple steps there. Yes. And he didn't move. Reward him for it. So that's how you build up that second D, which is distance. So you have the duration, distance. The last one is distraction. Now I can kind of do an example. he's not too good on it, but I'll give you an example that maybe might work. So I'm gonna like grab this poop bag roll, right, as a distraction, for example. So I'm gonna go like this, stay. He's not gonna understand it yet because we haven't worked on distraction, but the point is that you want them to understand that they need to stay in place when that drops. So I'll try it again. We're gonna work on that right now. Sit, captain, stay. Yes. So that was kind of like a baby example. So I dropped it to the side. I said stay. He didn't go engage with it. He stayed in the spot. That's kind of like a distraction. You can do different things with like toys, maybe some treats, work with the leave it a little bit, things like that. So that was an example of him just going off when the dog's instantly like, oh, I want to engage with that, and said, I'm going to move right out of my place. That's what you see usually. But when you get practice with it more, so we'll do it again. So again, I'm going to drop this poop bag roll of poop bags. Captain, stay. Yes. So again, he stayed, I dropped it, and you just want to rinse and repeat that. It's all about repetition with these things, all three of these. You just want to build them up, get better and better, practice it, once a day, for maybe 15 to 20 minutes if you can. If you're, like, let's say, an older puppy like me, it's going to be shorter for puppies, and it's going to be maybe longer for adults because their duration and training is going to be better and better. So that's just kind of an example of how you work on a stay. And again, as you work on these things, it's just going to get better and better and better. And the dog's just going to understand it more and more. And Captain's just such a smart boy. We love him. He's such a good boy. And we're just going to continue training. We're just going to get better at it. And eventually Captain's just going to be a master at understanding these cues. And, we're working on these things every day. And he's doing so well. So I hoped stay is a good cue for you to learn with your dog. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or maybe critiquing me on things I can improve on with these videos or the way I teach things, feel free to let me know. But if you guys enjoyed that, please like, subscribe, share with everyone that you can. For people that, let's say, need this or are interested in this kind of stuff, that'd be great. And we'll see you guys hopefully next week. Captain's saying bye, and we'll see you guys later.